What's going on, guys? KiwiBakini here, and today I'm going to be doing another operator tier list. This time I'm going to be doing defenders, and this is as of Operation Neon Dawn. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much. Leave a like on the video. It helps a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Anyway, let's go. So the first operator we have here is Alibi. And I'm going to say Alibi is a solid B tier operator. She's not anything terrible, but she's also not really that great. There's never a point where you need an Alibi on your team. She's more of just a fun kind of operator to use. She has a really good SMG. Her ability is kind of useless, but it helps at times. She's just an average operator. Next up is Aruni. I'm also going to say Aruni is a B tier operator. For really the same reason. She's not terrible, but she's also not really anything insane and there's never really a point where you need an Aruni. She's pretty easy to get around, but she does come clutch later in the round when, let's say, there's an attacker left with 50 health and they have no throwables to burn the Aruni. They're going to have to run through it and either die or lose a bunch of health. Next up, we have here is Bandit. I mean, you kind of have to put him in an S tier. I mean, he's one of the most basic operators in the game. Been here since day one, but he's one of the most, Bandit is an operator you need, depending on the site, but most of your sites and most of the time, you're going to need a Bandit on your team. He has a great gun. He has C4. His gadget's really good. I mean, you really can't go wrong with Bandit. Next up is Castle, and he is a B+ operator. Now, a lot of bronzes and silvers are probably making weird faces right now, wondering why I put him here. But if you use Castle right and you have a coordinated team, you can you can chew up so much utility. You can chew up so much of the attacker's time. You can waste so much of their time. The 1.5 on the UMP is absolutely amazing. It actually makes the gun pretty good. So yeah, really nothing wrong here with Castle. Next up, we have Cav, and if we're talking silver and below, she'll be an A tier operator. If we're talking gold and above, she'd be a C tier operator. Overall, she's gonna be a C tier operator, because when you just look at her, she has the interrogation, which is good, yes, but just overall, she's just not a good operator. Her pistol's not that good anymore. Terrible primaries. At least the SMG is pretty good, but overall, just both her primaries are bad. She has impacts, which is good for rotation, but I mean, now obviously if you're playing unranked or if you're in low MMR, then that's going to change. But there's a reason you never see Cav in Pro League. Clash is also going to be a C tier operator. I mean, if you look at her, she has impacts, which is pretty good. You can create a rotation hole, but I mean, other than that, especially after the nerf of shields, there's just so many counters to Clash, and the fact that shields got nerfed last season, she's absolutely just useless. I mean, there's really, unless you're playing unranked, there's really no reason to play Clash. She is absolutely garbage. And then when she pulls her shield down, her primaries are terrible. It's either a pistol or an SBS MG9, which is absolutely garbage. Next up, we have Doc, and he's gonna be B+. If he still had ACOG, or if he had the 2X, he'd be A. But I mean, MP5 is still good with the 1.5, but it's just not as good as it once was. His ability is good, but it's more of a selfish ability, because the Docs will rarely ever use their stims on you. And compared to Rook, Doc is just really situational. But with Rook, you get an instant 20 health no matter what. You always have it. But with Doc, he's a lot more situational, which is, some rounds you'll go without ever using a stim. Some rounds you'll go using all your stims on yourself. You know, it just really depends. But overall, I mean, look, B+ is still a great. B+ and above are still really good operators. Next up is Echo, and I mean, before he got nerfed, he was an easy S tier, one of the best defenders in the game, no doubt about it. But after the Echo nerf, sorry Echo. Echo's a B tier operator. Now let me explain why. The fact that his drones are not invisible anymore is just a massive L. I mean, that's really it. All you have to do before planting, if you know they have an Echo, take a look at the ceiling. You see an Echo drone? Oh, shoot it, plant. Or take a look at the ceiling. Oh, no Echo drone? Okay, we're good. Let's plant. The ability is still good with the whole sonic boom thing. The fact that his drones just aren't cloaked anymore is a massive L. He's going to have to be more used as a roam support operator now, kind of like a Mozzie. Next up, we have Ela, and she's going to be a B+ operator. Before her nerf, she would have been an A tier operator, but a couple seasons ago, she did get that nerf where her concussions do not affect your sensitivity. So that's why she's at B+. Still an absolutely amazing operator. Fantastic shotgun, fantastic SMG. Concussion mines are still good. Don't get me wrong, they're still very annoying to go against, but they're just not as powerful as they once was. Okay, I just made a new tier, C+. Frost is going to be a C+ operator. Frost is good. Her gun's okay. Her Super 90 is really fun, but she also has a pocket shotty now too, which is why she's in C+ and not C tier, because that pocket shotty makes it so you can make rotation holes, make lines of sight, etc. Once you're out of like bronze or silver, you're not going to get too many Frost mat kills, but then once you get in a really high rank, Frost will actually work, because those experienced players don't really expect Frost because they haven't encountered one in ages. She'll work in unranked. She's just more of a fun operator, which is perfectly fine. Next up is Goyo, and he's going in B+. He has a Vector, amazing weapon, and his ability, if you play with a coordinated squad or just play with your friends and you have communication, his shields are absolutely amazing, especially late round. They literally just chew up so much time. If you combine a Mira, Goyo, Smoke, and Tachenka in like a castle or something, the other team's going to have one hell of a time trying to get into sight. Next up is Jager, and he would be an S tier. Now, I know you expect me to put him in S tier because he's been S tier forever. He's been literally off the charts, but his ability did get nerfed, which is going to put him down into A tier. He's still a fantastic operator, fantastic gun. His ability is still good. It will still take out one item, so it's still good, but it's not as good as it once was, but he's still a fantastic operator all around. Kaid, easily S tier, no doubt about it. Jager 3 is pretty good. It has angled grip and 1.5, which is really good. His ability just is really good. You can get hatches, you can get 3 walls. You can just cover so much ground with his ability. Him and Bandit are just so good. Capcan is a solid B tier operator. I don't really have much to say other than the fact that he's only really good late round. In late round, he becomes a very nice operator to have, but you also gotta hope that they go through the doorways where you put your Capcan traps, or else you just have sitting ducks the whole game. Next up is Legion. Personally, I absolutely hate Legion. He's literally, I'm just kidding. I hate going against him. He's so annoying, but in real light, he's a B+ operator. Really not much to say. T5 SMG with the 1.5 is absolutely broken. It's so good. His goo mines are very annoying, especially when you're trying to get a last second defuse. You step on a Legion mine, you're screwed. Next up is Maestro, S tier operator, easily, absolutely overpowered LMG, absolutely insane. 2 pretty great secondaries, impact grenades, 2 bulletproof cameras that also can tase people. It can deny plant, especially with this echo nerf. Maestro's even more of an S tier operator because of the echo nerf. He's really the only anti-plant operator left now. Next up, Malusian. Even after losing the T5 SMG, getting replaced with the MP5, still an S tier operator. Just the distortion she creates, and she slows people down. It's just so good. If you have a coordinated team, she's even more overpowered. She's overpowered. What made her overpowered in Pro League is she's broken on staircases. Because of the communication, you put a Malusian gadget on a staircase, and staircases just become death traps for the attackers. Mira, also going to be an S tier operator. Vector 1.5 is insane. And the fact that she can completely change the way how attackers attack. Think about Basement Bank or Basement Organ. She'll just take up 1.5 minutes of the attacker's time trying to decide what they should do next. I am going to move Malusian down to A tier for now. I love her. She's amazing. A tier is still absolutely amazing, but I don't want to have too many operators in S tier, and I feel like out of the people who are in S tier, Malusian's the one that can move down. Next up is Mozzie, B+ operator. If he still had Super Shorty, he'd probably be an S or an A, but the Commando is still amazing. The P10 Roni is still amazing, especially with 1.5. His gadget is still really, really good. Anti-intel, which is always in an intel-based game like Siege, being able to block out drones and then take that intel for yourself is absolutely amazing. Next up is Mute. He's going to go to A tier. I mean, mute Mozzie combos overpowered. He has shotgun. He has SMG 11. He has MP5K 1.5. He's just an amazing operator all around. His mute jammers are absolutely amazing. Next up, Oryx, and he's a B tier operator. He's another one of those operators that are just more fun than good. Pulse in the right hands is an A tier operator, so I'm gonna put him up there. You literally have wall hacks. If you have a communicated team, you can tell your team where people are, where they're, like on cafe. You can let your team know what side of the building they're rappelling up, like how high they're going. If they're on the roof, you can deny plant from below, throw up a C4, blow them up. Next up is Rook. He's gonna be an A tier operator. Unlike Doc, Rook is not situational because you always have that 20 health. Also, what people forget about Rook is that with Rook, when you're downed, you live twice as long. So if you're downed and start crawling, you're going to live the same amount as you would if you were downed and didn't crawl and didn't have Rook armor on. And then if you stay still when you have Rook armor on, you will last twice as long as you would if you didn't have Rook armor on. Next up is Smoke, easily S tier, don't even need to explain this. Shotgun, SMG 11, deployable shield meta, absolutely overpowered. Combine them with a Tachenka, Goyo, slowly attackers attack so well. He's absolutely amazing. Next up is Reworks Tachenka. He's gonna be B tier, just for the pure reason that his LMG is so garbage. I mean, it's not really garbage, but it just fires so slow. But then you may say, well, then why don't you just use the SMG? The SMG is still good, but I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's that amazing. I don't think he's better than Goyo. I don't think he's better than Smoke. So I think B tier is the perfect place for him. Valkyrie, easily an S tier operator. Her black eyes are super good. You can hide them literally anywhere. They're hard to spot. You can get so much intel. The MPX is a killer. It's a P shooter, but it has such a high fire rate that you can just get easy headshots. A Deagle secondary. I love Valkyrie. She is one of my favorite operators. She's absolutely amazing. You can't go wrong with choosing Valkyrie. Next up is Vijal. He's also going to be an S tier operator. Best roamer in the game. The K1A is pretty good. He has okay secondaries. He has impact grenades. You can create rotation holes for yourself while roaming. His ability is absolutely amazing. You can hide from drones. So overall, Vijal's just a fantastic operator. Best roamer in the game. My personal favorite defender. I love him. Wamai, before the nerf, was an S tier operator. Same with Jager. But just like Jager, he got nerfed, so he's going to be an A tier. He only lost one magnet, which would... If he only lost one magnet and that was it, then he'd still be an S tier operator. But he also lost his deployable shield. And there are so many Wamai deployable shield strats that were just so good. The D tier has to get used at one point. I mean, look, Warden's a fun operator to use. But this is a tier list, not for fun. Not about how fun an operator is, but it's how good they are. Warden is just so situational. He is just garbage. Anyway, that's some KiwiBakini. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. It helps a ton with the YouTube algorithm. I make a pretty good variety of content on different games, so go check my videos out, see what you like. Feel free to subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Let me know in the comments what you thought of my tier list. Anyway, that's some KiwiBakini. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm out. Peace.